send you, turn on your copy, and she will stop.
That's it, canvas?
Yeah. I wouldn't do it. Right. Don't go talk to you about a camera. Real good.
Hey John, how are you?
Does anybody else want to sign up for unscheduled public appearance?
Yeah. It's embarrassing.
Sure enough is. Good.
I'm not fired up yet.
Yeah, I thought. I don't know how that goes. No, I meant. Jimmy, how you doing?
All right, how are you?
Good.
In the last week, I had a double kidney infection and enlarged prostate all week long. He's supposed to be. He said he was. He called me 42 times. I tried when it went straight to voicemail.
Yeah, it usually does, and you call me back later, and I usually does.
Coming, isn't he? When you coming?
More last 3 weeks. He called me 6
I
times.
don't think so.
Did you call me?
Somebody help do some.
You called me earlier.
Does anybody else want to sign up for
He called me
unscheduled
earlier
public
today.
appearance?
I didn't answer the phone. I called him back late and he never answered.
Oh, he won't hardly ever answer.
I don't know what he
Call you
wanted.
back.
I don't know what he wanted. He hadn't called me back.
One day he called me like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
I was like, sure.
Yeah. For sure.
I think I called him, and I went back outside and checked. Ring my phone.
I can only go up so far.
You're good. You're good. What are you saying?
No, I'm
what are
saying,
you
I'm
saying
talking
about
about
me?
myself. No, it's both of us.
Yeah. Appreciate that. No answer. We'll give him a couple minutes.
Jimmy, how you doing, sir?
Jimmy, how are you?
Yes, we do.
Couple more minutes.
Yeah. I think so.
Patrick, you be good to do the pledge. Okay. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes, wait on Larry. on the, we're gonna start with WEDA. Starting with WEDA.
Just need one or two? Just one.
Just one?
I'm gonna give him 2 more minutes. I'm gonna try him one more time.
Good.
What are we doing?
Is he still on the board? It's in Public Works, right?
No, we do.
No answer. 6:05. 6:05, I'm gonna start it.
Baby had a rough time. Baby was growing up, 'cause I remember he was like, real. Shay, pull that chair up. Pulling that chair.
There's one behind you.
Oh, there is? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I can't see it. Okay, all right.
All right, we ready? I'd like to call the City of Wagoner Economic Development Authority regular business meeting, April 7th at 6:05. We have Pastor Rick Bourne here from Emmanuel Southern Baptist Church. Would you please open us in prayer?
Father, how we're grateful to you for your many blessings, and we thank you for the opportunity to come together as a community. And Lord, we pray your blessings upon this council. We pray your blessings upon those who direct the city. We pray for those that you would bless those who protect us, the police, sheriff, fire, and EMS. We thank you, Lord, for their service. Father, now this time as we enter into this very holy season, we pray that the blessings of Christ would be upon everyone. And we ask for your favor tonight in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Counselor Sampson, would you please?
Yeah. Salute, pledge.
Fish.
I was here. Well, you do all that.
I gave you a break.
Item number 1, consider approval of minutes of March 3rd, 2025.
Discussion? Entertain a motion?
So moved.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Item number 2, consider approval or denial of claims for March 2025 to include numbers 9 through 11.
Discussion? Entertain a motion?
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Item number 3, consider obligating funds to join with Wagoner County Economic Development Authority for retail and commercial recruitment through retail strategies or take other action.
So I have Darla and Jessica here on this tonight. So this is a very, very different situation than I think this board was presented with one time before, long before this administration. But this is Broken Arrow, WEDA, Wagoner County, and the city of Wagoner, WEDA. The whole cost for it is 50 or 55?
It's actually 60, Mayor.
Okay, and our part would be $5,000. Now, what this does, it does not share our information with WEDA or Broken Arrow or even the county economic development. These people would be working strictly for the city of Wagoner's projects. So Jessica, Darla, I'll let y'all take it from there.
Yep, go ahead. Darla Heller, Wagner County, thank you for this opportunity to talk about this effort. So I put this in front of the Wagner County Economic Development Authority in order for them to fund this project for 1 year so that COEDA and Wagner could try on this company. Retail Strategies is a company out of Birmingham, Alabama. They're working with the city of Tulsa on some projects right now. So they're in our trade market area looking and talking to national retailers. So I thought this was the time that this might be a good way to bring this proposal to both communities and saying, okay, what they will do for us for 1 year only is look at the retail offerings in those communities that I mentioned. They'll do some analysis. And I will tell you, the analysis that they're going to do would cost way more than $20,000 if you were just to go out and get the analysis. So it's a great way for Wagner to try on this company. You're in no obligation to continue with the second year, but what you walk away with would be your inventory, your assets inventory, what properties are available for retail, and they will come up with targets for national retailers and look at those. You're guaranteed so many. And again, I had that written into the contract that once they'll share some research with me, but they will not share those targets or those connections they make. Those will only be shared with their point of contact, which would be whoever you propose for that to be. So it's a way to get analysis, inventory, and some recruitment done by partnering with us, by agreeing to make a small contribution to the overall contract. So I took it to the Economic Development Authority for Wagner County. They said, bring us a commitment back, a contract back. They meet later on this week. The city of COEDA has a positive response in participating already. They would really like to see us happen. But basically, the $5,000 is just Wagner's skin in the game, basically.
So where is the other 55,000 coming from?
Wagner County Economic Development Authority.
They're fitting the whole 55,000.
That's-
COEDA's putting in part
yes.
of theirs, and Broken Arrow's putting in part of theirs, and Wagner County Economic is putting in the rest.
It's a way for Wagner County Economic Development Authority to stand in the gap with our communities and say, retail sales tax is important to the cities, it's also important to the county. So we want to give allow you to try this on. You may choose a different consultant, year two. You may not want a consultant. But what this does is it sets up someone to be successful in retail recruitment with you. Now, it has not been approved. Full transparency, I got a positive, bring us the agreement back. But they voted to move forward and gave me a green light to talk to you, talk to CWEDA, and then get a contract. So do have that.
Who would our point of contact be?
Right now, it's listed as me until we get somebody in here.
Where are we at with getting somebody in?
So we've listed that position again.
Okay. How long do we have to make a decision?
I would say within the next 30 days, we'd like to kick it off. Retail Strategies is a company that, I have friends and colleagues that work in other communities. Claremore uses this, Durant uses this, or has used this firm in the past. And a colleague that worked in Durant for a while said, this really was an extension of her staff by just providing all those things that I went over for you. And it really does set a way up to get your information out there. One of the things they're contracted to do in this agreement would be to hold a couple of sessions with folks within the community or the county that want to franchise, that are interested in franchising, bringing franchises to the area. So it sets up local people to want to start their own business through national franchising.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so, I'm just trying to figure out how effective this is, just for the fact that the communities that you mentioned are very big as far as, Durant and Broken Arrow, and, even CWEDA's bigger than Wagoner. And so on a national market, they will tend to go to where there's more population. So how would that help us? Like, I'm just trying to figure it out, because we've had some people that to try to do some analyst work and do all these stuff, try to get retail stores here, but it's basically the foot traffic. It's the cars coming through, that's the data they need to say, yes, we may not see a lot of people in this community, but we know there's 100,000, just like how Quick Trip came here. They weren't even looking here until they realized there was a lot of people coming through.
I think you may have answered your own question, because what that will do, that analysis, that information, it just puts it in a way to talk to those retailers. The other thing that they have this bank of retailers, like the young lady I've been talking to, I met at the International Conference and Shopping Center. She worked for 14 years for Chick-fil-A. So they hire people within these retail sectors, and it really just would help you organize your information and give you connections that you may have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to send Jessica or whoever takes over retail development to travel around and meet these people. But basically, it's a way to try on something with a small commitment. And that's where I really felt led to, I'll be honest with you, Broken Arrow doesn't need this. They probably won't participate too much in this. They don't need us. They got 5 people that do retail development. But for Wagoner and CWEDA, I just want I want you guys to be able to organize your information, walk away with some leads, and maybe if you don't even get anything the first year, you'll have that packet of information to put on a website and to make those greater connections. It is a very reputable firm. I looked around for the better part of a year trying to determine which one I would go with, and this one makes the most sense.
And I will tell you, 90% of the people that call us wanting to open a business here is asking for the data that this company will provide for us, that we do not have the staff or the time to provide to them. We can provide base to them, which we have, but they will do the rest of it. They will do the groundwork to get these people here.
How long have we been talking to these people?
For over a year.
Me, how long have I been talking to them?
No, how long have the city of Wagoner knew, okay, we're talking to them, what date did we first talk to them? about the city of Wagner? When did this all originate?
The city hasn't.
The city hasn't. This originated with Wagner County. This, my effort
Okay,
in
how
Wagner.
long ago did Dalton Self know about this, or Jessica?
I put this in front of the board of the Wagner County Economic Development Authority at the last meeting,
When's that?
March meeting, a few weeks ago.
Where I'm going with this is Friday night, in the middle of the night, I get this book delivered to my house. Saturday, you can't talk to nobody. Sunday, you can't talk to nobody. Today, I had to work, drove a semi-truck out of town all day. I don't have no time to research it on a weekend. And that's what I don't know these guys and gals thinking, but it's thrown on us, and we don't even get a
Oh, don't
chance to
think
look at it.
that we're not,
You know?
this is just a pure opportunity, really.
Okay.
And if you want to sit on it and think about it for 30 days, do some research.
I think I would like to research it.
So if we tabled this till the next meeting,
What I would do
Or-
at the Economic Development Authority, I'd let them know that the city of
Right.
Wagner did table their participation.
Right.
And see how those 7 people vote, whether they support it.
Right.
They were very supportive last time to hear about and wanting to provide this information.
'cause we
I,
got
I understand wanting to table this, but we're talking about missing out on $55,000 here.
We're not missing out on anything if she says we got 30 days.
But we don't know that. Their board may say, well, if Wagner's not in on it now, we're not doing it.
That's completely up to you how you want to justify.
Tonight,
your
we're
time.
asking you to obligate the funds. We are not asking you to sign the
E-
agreement.
Even if we obligate the funds tonight, that doesn't mean that this happens. Their board could still vote it down.
Yeah, that's true.
And we can always withdraw.
They could easily do that.
We are asking to
I'm-
go after this
I'm saying
opportunity. is what we are.
we're, I understand it's $5,000, but if it gets us one business, pays for it.
Absolutely.
If it gets us this packet made up, then next year we get one business from it, pays for it.
We cannot get the research done for $5,000 that they're willing to provide us.
And that research, Mr. Sampson, would be those traffic counts, would be, that property inventory. It would take a lot of cell phone data, and it would be a lot of things that you could use.
I think this whole board understands that our relationship with the county is rocky right now. I don't
Not
think,
ours. Hold on there, not ours. Yours.
the cities and the counties.
Yours.
Oh,
Don't add me in your conversation there.
I'm not, you represent the city, do you not?
I don't represent you at the county, though.
But you represent the
Day you
city.
was over there, I mean, you saying ours.
It's the cities.
I'm not involved in that.
You may have abstained from voting, you voted, but
I haven't
but-
saying nothing on.
Well, I
you
mean,
did.
the
But the
main thing
deal
is
is
we
that
need
this is $5,000 that we could potentially be missing out on an additional $55,000. Yeah, open that.
I don't think we're saying that we're not interested in participating. What I think we're saying is that, give us just a little bit of time to breathe and kind of process this and,
I don't have a timetable with you guys, I
Right.
mean, really.
well, I mean,
It is-
you said we got 30 days to figure it out. and,
I would like for us, when I say us, I mean Wagner County, I am Wagner County.
Sure.
And my direction is always going to be to support economic development, whether it happens on Third Street in Wagner or 141st Street in Broken Arrow. It is just, I am completely, oh, I'm sorry. I'm completely, and I saw this proposal, and I want you guys to have time to take and look over and read the quotes from different folks that have been engaged with it. And by no means.
When's your
is-
next meeting, Darla?
Well, we moved our next meeting up, Mayor, it's Wednesday. And then they will meet, it is this Wednesday. I did put it on there because COEDA has already said yes, and I just want them to have a chance to review the document. I anticipate our agreement being gone to our council.
Has Broken Arrow said yes?
Actually, Broken Arrow is not going to be involved in this, which is better for Wagner and COEDA, because I can tell you, when they look at this, just to what Mr. Sampson said, that's, Broken Arrow is going to be low-hanging fruit for them because of their traffic counts and all of that. They have 5 people on staff in BA. And I have someone that works for the city of Broken Arrow on my board, and he was one of the ones that was so supportive of this. But it's just not a fit.
What would it cost us to get this information on our own, Jessica?
About $50,000.
I mean, that's a pretty solid, good way to look at it. Further discussion? What we want to do?
Are we not having a special call meeting on the 14th?
Their meeting's this Wednesday.
No, I know theirs are. Are we not having a special call meeting on the 14th to swear in the new city councilman?
We are.
Can we put it back on that agenda then?
I'd rather we vote tonight.
Well, I know what you'd rather we do. But I'm just saying, can we not table that and put it on the agenda that night so we can have time to process this?
I think more or less like you, I mean, I can understand what everybody's saying. We don't want to be in something that we haven't researched, like the last time we had Ricky Hayes and Jim Bloom, and
Correct.
we spent almost $500,000. And they supposed to brought something to the table, never did. And I'm sure this is not the same thing, but we want to look at it.
$5,000 though.
Again.
We don't trust you or anything, it's just.
Yeah.
Again, we are not asking for a contract tonight.
Exactly. This isn't a guaranteed deal. This isn't signed into effect. Excuse me. This is not the contract.
We are not asking for a
This is
contract.
allocating the funds. So if you wanted to allocate the funds tonight to
This is showing.
make the
what-
county feel better that we're interested, then if you want to research, when we get the contract, we could vote no.
Absolutely. We did not word this in that way to accept the contract for this reason.
Why would we risk that right now when we're just allocating funds? This is nothing different than a budget adjustment.
Darla and I have done a lot of research on this company. We have checked their resources, and we're just asking, again, to obligate the funds. We are not asking to sign the contract this evening.
So, if we were to say yes on this tonight, then we could bring it up, give time for people to research it.
Right.
The 14th.
Absolutely.
Well, we wouldn't even need to do it then. It would be when, I wouldn't bring it up again until we brought the contract.
Yes.
So when do you think that'll be, Darla?
Well, you know how fast lawyers are, and basically, our outside counsel will take probably at least 30 days to look at it. So I hope to send him that on Wednesday or Thursday, so.
So you're looking,
County approves it Wednesday. then-
If the county moves it forward, then I'll have to
Then you'll
get,
get the contracts and
Yes.
then we can look at it and in the meantime, we can research this.
and we don't have to agree. Once we get the contract and we look at that and we research and you say, I don't like this, then we back out. This is literally just allocating funds.
We're showing our interest into this program.
Well, I feel more comfortable knowing that, we can pull it later. I know give everybody, including myself, give everybody a chance to do a little more,
and please reach out to me. Jessica has my contact information, and I can, any questions that you would have on any time, just give me a call or shoot me an email, and I can get you the answers you're looking for, or send you your card with you. I didn't bring a card, but Jessica knows where to find me.
Further discussion?
So we're just allocating funds.
That's correct.
Not
Just
signing.
allocating funds.
Okay.
That's even what if you look there on the item number 3, just obligating funds.
that motion to obligate the funds.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Darla.
Item number 4, considering entering into an agreement with Hans Pyrotechnics to provide a fireworks display in the city of Wagoner or take other action.
So you'll notice this is through WEDA this year. It has not been that way in the past. But now with our situation with WEDA, we feel that this is where that contract and special event should be run through. And it should run a lot smoother coming through the Economic Development Authority. So that's why you see it in the Economic Development Authority. Discussion?
So that's the total number, the whole cost of the show,
What is it?
19,073?
Yeah, and we have to pay half at a time. Was it that way when you were on the council before?
I don't remember.
I think we did pay half and the rest.
That's how it's been since I've been mayor,
Yeah.
so.
And it's the same company that's been doing it for a number of years. So.
Make a motion, we enter into agreement with Hans Pyrotechnics.
Second?
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Wright,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Number 5, consider adoption of a resolution to donate funds to the Wagoner Lions Club to assist them in defraying expenses for hosting lake views and barbecue or take other action.
Was Miss Medley here too, Pam?
Good evening, council. Miss Medley's husband is in a medical situation, and she had to leave, so I'm here for her. So we'll say a little prayer for Mr. David Medley. He's at the doctor right now. So you all had been presented this packet, I believe, last month. Are there questions that I could help answer for you or give you any additional information about the 7th Annual Lake Views and Barbecue?
June 30.
Unless we want to move it from something else.
What account do you have that budgeted out of?
That's the,
Event sponsorships.
yeah.
Event sponsorships, and you have how much left in that budget?
4,700, right?
4,700, or, okay, 675.
So, of course, with any, sorry if that's echoing, of course, with any event, you know, you're looking for a return on your investment. Does anybody not have that packet? Because I wasn't here last
Yeah.
month.
We all-
So the statistics and the demographics off of that showed an increase in sales tax at all of our local retail businesses. It showed a huge increase of vehicle traffic in town and also on the road leading to Sequoia Bay State Park. The event sold out of 300 taster kits just right off the top. There were over 427 vehicles that went into that event. I think that the demographic on cell phone pings was well over 1,000. So the return on the investment for the city of Wagoner is this, having been a barbecue cook in that event for several years, is all of the cooks that are participating in the People's Choice purchases their meat locally. So you're going to see an increase at Chandler Meats. You're going to see condiments at Walmart and at all of the other Dollar Generals as well. So it helps the city of Wagoner in their sales tax. It helps us with our tourism. The state of Oklahoma Department of Tourism has been a huge supporter of this as well. We are anticipating probably 30 rib cook-off teams on a 2-day event instead of just a 1-day event, and with the People's Choice. So we ask that anybody that enjoys a little friendly camaraderie come out and put in a barbecue team as well.
What's the average attendance?
So it has fluctuated, and we can only base that off of taster kit sales. And I wish that Monica could be here so she could answer that better than myself, because I was busy slinging barbecue last year. But we believe that it was, based on my memory from the meetings, over 1,000 people were at the event.
There's usually quite a few.
It's a big event, and if you've ever come out to Sequoia Bay State Park, we've moved it back a few more weeks than March because we all got blown away last year. It's a spectacular event that is featured on News on 6. It's a spectacular event that's Lake Region Electric is participating. You've got a few other politicians that are participating. And I think the city of Wagoner not participating speaks more loudly than if they did participate. So any amount of money that they could allocate to help defray the costs would be mostly appreciated. It helps with everything regarding the advertising, because the advertising is paid for. All of the supplies, the porta potties to make it a really nice event, all cost money. And we do have that broke down in your packet.
How much does the county give, Pam? Do you know?
This year, the County Economic Development Board, I believe, allocated $15,000.
So other than the tax revenue that we get, obviously, what else, I mean, what do we get as far as, we get, City of Wagner banner, what exactly do we get?
Oh, if you were to do the sponsorship, you would be included on all of the advertising, and I believe.
Hold on, Pam. Excuse me. Excuse me. Don't interrupt the meeting, please.
I don't believe we're interrupting the meeting.
I've had a counselor even ask.
Officer, about you destroying the government record, sir. You destroyed our signing up to speak.
Get him
You're
out
in
of
the
here.
trash.
Get him
It's
out of
government
here.
record. I'm trying to
If he
file a police
interrupts
report.
the board, we can have him removed. We've had 2 people removed.
He threw away our attempt to sign up, so I need to file a police report. That's a felony.
Do that at the police department.
The police department's over there.
I'm gonna do it here. Can you call an officer?
Yeah, they're on the.
Okay, call him. Thanks.
Because this is a public event, we can't have him removed.
Thanks for upholding the Constitution.
I don't have our sponsorship packet with us. Can absolutely get that off of our website. We have the evaluation that provides economic impact.
There's Monica, Pam, too.
Okay, sorry, sister. The question was, what would they get in return on advertising for the city of Wagner if they made a contribution? And I don't have the breakdown on advertising sponsorships.
What kind of advertising do you want?
I think it was just
What-
a general question.
Yeah.
I mean, I can attest, like, I've helped out, I'm not even with Lions, but I've helped out for what
If we did 1,500, do you have something like that, or what's your scope?
We have 500, 15, 25, 5,000. So there's different varieties of packages.
There was
We have
just a
banners
huge.
that will go out. We have social media. We have different things on our website. And so we continue to let people know who's contributing to our event. and what we
This
do.
got dropped completely through the cracks when
Sure.
we swapped to how the Economic Development Authority is ran now. So what we have in our budget right now is $4,675.
Okay.
So, and that's to last us for the rest of the fiscal year. So we have to be a little cautious on giving it all to you. I don't think,
So you've
We're in
got a
an
fiscal year
argument.
that ends on June 30th.
yep.
So I think it would be reasonable to split that. So if you've got a little over $4,000, a $2,000 contribution, I think would be digestible for any of the public to see, and that leaves you some in the back, and that helps us pay for services that we have to make it a worthwhile event.
I'm okay with that.
Anybody else think anything? Questions? You want to make that motion then, Patrick?
Yep, let's see here, I'll make a motion to adopt resolutions of funds of $2,000 to the Wagner Lions Club to assist them with the expenses hosting the lake views and barbecue.
I second it.
Have a motion, a second. Please call the roll.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Item number 6 is unscheduled public appearances.
Thank
There were
you
none.
all for your
appreciate
Have
it.
all of you out and participate and eat some good food.
What's the
Thank you.
date
Thank
of it
you.
again?
The 26th of April,
April,
12
okay.
to 4.
Thank you.
Thanks.
2 days after my birthday.
Item number 7 is adjournment.
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned at 6:38. We'll now move into city. I'd like to call the City of Wagoner regular business meeting, April 7th at 6:39.
Item number 3, consider approval of the minutes, March 3rd and 26th, 2025.
Discussion?
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Item number 4, consider approval or denial of claims for March 2025 to include numbers 166 through 186 manual warrants, ambulance to include numbers 111 through 122 manual warrants, economic development fund number 18, and city capital projects number 4.
I got a question on the claims for, who's Jenny?
That was the Economic Development Director.
Oh, that was, okay, I was just curious who Jenny was. Okay. All right, and then we have a bill for nail clippers and laptop, gym bag. What's that for?
Can you give them the number?
Does have a department?
It was an Amazon bill. It's one or two. Was March 12th, Development Service 1-20.
Is Jessica still in here? Is Jess?
No. There's nothing else on there.
It just says a 7-piece manicure set, nail clipper.
That was me. We went to a code conference and had to bring door prizes, so all that went into that door prize.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And who is David Johnson?
He's a
Is that
lineman.
electric?
Lineman?
Lineman.
That's it.
They went to a conference.
Okay. That's somebody I just didn't know.
He's been here a long time. You'd know him if you seen him.
Okay. Thank you.
Further discussion? Entertain a motion?
So made.
Second.
Have a motion second. Please call the roll.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Item number 5 is the mayor's report.
So first off, want to bring up that we will be having a special meeting next Monday. That's going to be for the swearing in. Also looking at the old gas station that they had tore down on McQuarrie. The Harris Building, the depot property, including that building, and then we have 3 lots there east of the storage place on 16 and Press Light Road there. So I'm wanting to put those on the agenda to have a realtor list those for sale. And then, we're still trying to figure out exactly what's going on. But the State Wildlife Department's involved in it now. Thomas called me the other day. We've had some beaver trapping going on at the pond, and he found about 30 dead crappie, and we're from 4 to 8 inches. So called Tony and Bob. They got the wildlife department involved. They had a biologist come out pretty fast. He walked around it and counted over 300 dead crappie.
In that pond?
Yeah, which is strange.
There's that many in that pond.
Well, who would dump 300 dead crappie though?
Right.
I mean, it's very strange.
Were they carcasses or were they whole?
They were whole.
Oh, they were, yeah.
Is something killing them or?
Well, why would it only kill the crappie?
Well, I have no idea.
So,
My kids fished that when they was little and
Somebody didn't
I
want to.
don't think they
didn't
caught
want to
nothing,
clean
a
them.
little small perch out of
They
it.
either didn't want to clean them or they had too many.
well, they're small too. I mean,
And they were probably under.
largest one's probably 8 inches.
See, I know it's different from the.
Huh.
Fort
The
Gibson
river.
Lake- River and Fort Gibson
River.
Lake, they're different, lengths. You have to.
There's no size limit on the river, and you
Yeah.
can keep up to 37. So, not sure, but they're having them do that. The wildlife department being involved, because the wild department's supposed to stock the pond. I believe that's the end of May, right, Kristen? The 30th?
It'll probably during that week
Yeah.
that we stock the pond.
So I hate to stalk them if we're having something kill them. And
As far
then,
as, lighting out there, how much, I mean, it's been forever since I've been out to that pond, to be honest with you. How much lighting do you have out there?
I believe there's actually like don't hold me to this, but I'm positive there's like a street light, like a regular one, right there by the dock. I thought there was one right there, and then,
I know there's.
no,
Yeah,
it's
there's-
lit all the way around with several, I bet there's 20 lamps.
Are they all working?
When me and Thomas went out there it's been a few weeks ago, we walked it looking at beavers. There was one that was busted, and I think that was kind of a recent deal.
Okay. Get that fixed?
So they've been working on that. They've probably been working on those lights for the last, I don't know. Gary's not in here, is he? It's been a while. They've been working on them. So that's happening. Gonna go over a couple of events. Of course, we have the Lake Views and Barbecue. That's April 26th. Family Fun Day was moved to this Saturday. So the kids fishing clinic, as of right now, is still on for May 30th. If the wild department finds something in the water, I imagine that will be canceled. Let's see here. The Wagoner Community Easter egg hunt will be Saturday, April 12th as well, during the Family Fun Day. That'll be at 12 o'clock for 25,000 eggs. Cruise night's going really good. We've only had one. We had bad weather last week, but we had a packed house. Of course, you have the citywide garage sale coming up. That'll be April 1st. We have sign-ups here and also at Public Works, so please sign up if you're interested in that. Then we also have the citywide cleanup day. I'm trying to look and see. That's the May 9th through the 10th. That's the following weekend, isn't it?
Yes.
And that'll be from 8 to 4. So lots of things going on right now. And I can't remember if I touched on it or not. Nate, I really need you to pick up on this one. I'm gonna try talking to you if you're still here after the meeting. But we're gonna have our first budget meeting the 24th at 6.
April?
Yes.
Seriously, on my birthday, I can't take a day off?
Yeah. Well, I might
Yeah,
bring you like half a cookie or something.
You said the 24th?
Yes.
half a cookie.
Believe that's a
Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
Yes, Thursday.
Hopefully you won't be in here too long. So then, we have a proclamation this evening from Mr. John French. So I'll read this proclamation, Mr. French, and then present you with this plaque. So, whereas John Earl French, a dedicated and esteemed community member, was born to Raymond and Lois French on December 10th, 1939, John's parents owned the Flat Rock store, where learning and playing pitch cards became a beloved family tradition. He graduated from Wagoner High School in 1957 and attended the University of Tulsa, where he studied business management. John served in the U.S. Navy from 1958 to 1962, earning the Man of the Month title in 1961. And in 1959, John married Linda May, and together they have enjoyed a beautiful life for over 6 decades. The couple relocated to Wagoner in 2002, quickly becoming active participants in the community. John dedicated an impressive 40 years to Ross Martin Corp Express. He served as a city councilor for Ward 1, playing a significant role in activities aimed at enhancing the quality of life for all residents. One of his many contributions was the establishment of the Wagoner's Farmers Market, where he served as a primary organizer for over a decade, promoting local produce, fostering community engagement. Together with his wife and fellow community member Paula Templeton, John helped organize the first Italian dinner under the stars at Seymour Park. Over the years, he actively participated in and contributed to numerous local events and celebrations such as Summerfest and gospel singing on South Main. John also volunteered with Wagoner Main Street, proposing they purchase the building statue at Seymour Park, and was instrumental in the development of Heffley Park on South Main. Many of John's ideas have been implemented by community members and organizations. Paula Templeton played a key role in bringing his idea to life by placing Wagoner signs outside of the city limits. A passionate advocate for the city's historical heritage, John collaborated with the Wagoner Historical Society to create materials that share the stories of historical homes and landmarks in the area, which were distributed to visitors and the community. His generous volunteer spirit extends to the First Christian Church, where he dedicated 10 years to driving children to youth services. John was a longtime member of the Wagoner Library Friends and played a crucial role in tutoring programs for both adults and children, as well as volunteering for reading programs at Teague Elementary. His commitment to education was further demonstrated through his support of local citizens by providing scholarships to promote further education. John's love for classic cars, particularly his cherished 1957 Chevy Bel Air, reflects the pride and joy he shares with the community through his participation in local events in the classic car group. For nearly 30 years, John and his wife organized the 50s dinner at Baker's Catfish Restaurant for Wagoner High School alumni, which grew to an impressive 80 to 90 attendees. John Earl French has enriched the lives of many through his volunteer work and community service, leaving a lasting legacy. He is dedicated and a beloved member of our community in Wagoner, Oklahoma, having served on our city and its residents with unwavering commitment and passion for many years. Now, therefore, I, Dalton Self, Mayor of the City of Wagoner, Oklahoma, do hereby proclaim April 7th, 2025 as John Earl French Day in the City of Wagoner in recognition of his outstanding contributions to our community, his dedication to serve, and his enduring legacy that inspires us all.
Thank you for everything you've done. Both of you, I know you've both been very involved. Now we're going to take a picture real quick. The mayor's going to.
Don't want to hurt your foot.
Want to sing that a big one?
65 years. She's a big help on my part. But like I say, Linda's helped me for 65 years on that. So, and another thing, what we want to do, Linda and I want to form a scholarship for Wagoner students so they can further their education. Okay. We do not have any kids, no grandkids, so what I probably have to do is try to plan on the Wagoner Academic Foundation to manage the scholarship. Okay, the scholarship will involve, when Linda and I are both dead, we want all of our assets sold and the money to be put into CDs drawing interest. Okay. With the CDs that we have ourselves drawing interest, those with the sale will form the scholarship. Okay. On the scholarship, the only thing will be only the interest will be used for each year, just the interest. So the scholarship will remain forever. Okay. The scholarship itself should be worth about $500,000. Thank you.
For Employee of the Month on the city side, we have Mr. Blake Sarahjohn.
That's the brother. I knew him.
You ain't gonna drop me out, I'm getting out of it.
Next up, we have something special. Larry Abernathy served this board and this community for 36 years, and probably a whole lot to the community before then. So, Larry, we got a certificate of appreciation here for you.
Okay.
We want to give to you. We appreciate everything you've done for the city. Thank you.
Got it. And then George.
It was probably me. If it made it through me,
Me.
Thank you, guys.
There's no money.
that's all I have. Linda. Thank you.
Item number 6, consider leasing Tract 3 Wagoner Corner subdivision to Miko Charbonneau from June 25th, 2025 through July 5th, 2025 for the sum of $1,000 for the operation of a fireworks stand or take other action.
And I just wanted to tell you guys that we usually set up for about 12 days, and we'll have the insurance, the state and city license, and we keep the area picked up of any trash daily. And I would like to ask if the property is sold and the closing is before we use it, if we could be reimbursed our $1,000 so we could pay the new property owner, because I know you guys are
It's understandable.
not gonna sell it.
Further discussion?
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Item number 7, consider approval of a resolution adopting amendments to the budget of the City of Wagoner, Oklahoma for the fiscal year ending 6/30/2025 to include supplemental appropriations available from revenue received from unanticipated resources or take other action.
Discussion? Entertain a motion?
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Item number 8, consider approval of contractor's pay application number 1 from Tectone Builders LLC in the amount of $99,800.45 for pavilions at Lincoln and Dunbar Park per recommendation from Infrastructure Solutions Group LLC, or take other action.
Is Dale here? I thought I saw him. Maybe I was wrong. I thought he was sitting in my office. So what this is, paying for the pavilions. I guess I should say on this, I'm sorry if you thought I was trying to blame you at the last meeting over this, Patrick. That's what some people on Facebook said, so it was my fault.
No, I
Discussion? Entertain a motion?
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
North,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Item number 9, consider entering into a use agreement with Wagoner Youth Football Association concerning the use of baseball and softball fields in Maple and Redbud Parks, or take other action.
James. So what this would be is, I feel like we've tried and tried and tried to get these fields to a solution. It's not happening. There's still fights, there's arguments. So you go to any sports complex around here, the league runs the sports complex. So what I'm looking at on this is allowing the league to run our sports complex. I got a couple of questions for James, or does anybody else have anything? First off, I wanted to ask him, are you gonna charge other teams to practice?
No. No. Even travel teams are gonna be able to practice on it, whether they're in the league or not. Those kids are still part of our community, and that's what we're here for. We're here for all the kids in the community, not just the league kids.
What about the scheduling? How will you handle the scheduling?
The schedule is gonna be done, as fair as possible, but of course, you know, the league games and everything will take priority. We would ask that everyone respect when we get a lot of rain to stay off the fields when we request it. But other than that, it'll be done the exact same way the city's done it, basically. Just be done by different persons.
What
So-
is to keep WYFA from prioritizing league teams from tournament teams when it comes to practices?
Leagues have priority. That's how it's always been.
Well, I mean, you have tournament teams too that aren't a part of WYFA that don't pay, obviously, you know, WYFA league teams and stuff like that. So are you gonna prioritize those teams over these tournament teams?
When it comes to
You know,
practices,
First come, first serve?
when it comes to practices, we're not gonna prioritize anyone.
I would.
We're gonna try to get everyone on there at a fair amount of time. The only thing we would ask is for the tournament teams to either provide us with team insurance or sign a liability waiver. Because they will not be covered on the rec league insurance.
How we've scheduled already has given the league priority. I mean,
Yeah, and being like, I ran it for a while, and yes, the rec teams or the league teams should be prioritized with those, but also make sure that there was, because there's 4 fields and there's another field, so making sure that, I mean, I had teams from Muskogee, hey, do you have a field? Well, there's an open here, and then you can use this field, so they should be prioritized.
Well, we have local tournament teams here.
Well, yeah, it's.
yeah.
But those teams are paying money to, you know, to do the field maintenance. That's what that money's, it's $100 probably, I don't even know what it is now. But whatever the rec teams or the league teams are paying a fee to use those fields for games, for their practices, as well as pay for umpires. So, yeah, and at any league across, and I've talked, and that's one thing, I've talked to all of them the last couple of days, from Broken Arrow to Jinx to Pryor to, I've talked to all of them, and just kind of getting their opinion on.
Pretty similar.
No, it's very much so similar, but.
Why
That's-
is Redbud included in this? Because it's my understanding that Redbud's isn't taken care of.
Have you been to Redbud? I'll tell you why I wanted it included. Redbud is in horrible shape.
I 100% agree.
I'm the one that put those bases on there at Redbud. I went out on a Saturday, pretty sure I ordered them out of my budget, put new bases on there. League takes over it, they're gonna maintain it. That's the same reason.
Redbud, Field 5, it will get the same treatment as 1 through 4, whether we're using it or not. And as I explained to a couple people after some Facebook posts tonight that were concerned, because Redbud's the main tournament team field. A lot of tournament teams use Redbud.
Okay.
And they were worried that they were going to get kicked off. Right now, we haven't even scheduled Field 5 in our season, because it's a 12U team. We didn't make 12U teams. And like I explained to them, the only reason we would even use that field for this season is if we continue to get the rain we got this past week, just to make up games to get us through the season.
But it's
I don't see that
Redbud's
happening.
already on the schedule. You have to schedule through Beth to use Redbud.
Yeah, it's on there now.
Another thing that's in this that I think is in great interest of the city is that they're gonna take the bathrooms. If the bathrooms are vandalized, the league pays for it.
The point we're coming from is we're the ones putting the money into it.
Sure.
We're putting the league's money into it. We're hauling the dirt in. We're putting the man hours in it. But we have no say-so over it. It's not about say-so. It's about people following the rules. And we just want everyone, whether it be a rec team, tournament team, travel team, a team from out of town that comes in and practices. We just want everyone to follow the same rules.
So why is there such a bad relationship between WYFA and the rec teams? Is what I'm trying to-
WYFA is the rec teams.
No, I mean, I'm sorry, these tournament teams.
There's not bad blood between WYFA and the rec teams or the tournament teams. There's bad blood between WYFA and one tournament team. And that tournament team is the people that ran it last year, ran the rec league last year, who have said multiple times, over and over, that rec ball's dead. There's nothing you can do for rec ball.
Excuse me, don't interrupt.
So, like I said earlier, literally this weekend, talked to pretty much every director that's in Northeast, I can say all of them, but the top ones that are here. Everything, to me, it all falls in line with what's going on here, but there is a couple of things that I wanted to ask to make sure that it's clear. Every team, do you guys have a 501c3?
We are in the when I took over WYFA back in June, I found out, I got no paperwork. I've got the paperwork from when I took over, that's it. But I found out that we did not have a 501 But that was the first thing I did, was hire a law firm and to get the paperwork started back on that.
Okay. 'Cause
Which
that-
we have ran into some issues with that. That's why we still don't have it, because we've had to start from scratch with that.
Right, and the reason why, because like, you know, I run a youth wrestling league, and for me to be under the governing body of the WPWA public schools, I had to have a 501c3, and then obviously we had to have our own board, and then it was under the governing body of WPWA public schools. So it had to happen, and the same thing with all the other towns that are in contracts or with municipalities. They have to have their 501c3 established, because that puts in order of, you know, their authority to give, the municipalities give the authority to those entities, and that was the only way that they were going to allow that to happen. That's and again, like I said, I know that's something. Do you know when that's going to happen? I know it's a process, because
Yeah, like I said, we've had to start from scratch with that. We had to go back and actually get a new EIN number and everything. So, I mean, like I said, I've had the law office working on it since July of last year.
Their general liability, everyone's $1 million, which is, I mean, for me as insurance guy, it's not enough. But as far as across the board with the other directors, that's what the cities told them they have to have. So do you guys, so I know that in our contract or the uses agreement, whatever.
They have it.
Well, I was gonna say, well, the thing is, I know when I ran it, it was a time frame.
You have that?
So,
Here's what.
And it is, but if we gotta renew it, we will.
yeah, and that's the
And
thing.
during football season, it'll be covered by the league we play in.
And I think this, because right here is 3-1 to 7-1, and so
Yeah.
can we do this right now? And
I'll have it increased before the end of that one.
I'm,
I've already talked to a couple of insurance guys to see if I can get it cheaper.
Could you post the schedule on the city's website,
I can.
the practice, could that be possible?
I mean,
I'd have to ask.
it'll be up to whoever posts on.
Beth, how did we do that before?
Coaches got scheduled, they received a copy of it at the end of the week, and then you're able to go on to the link, and all the coaches that are now scheduling can refresh at any time. There is a link on the city page, though. It's under the notes, the form, documents and forms.
We did add in here also that if he wants to close the fields, that he does have to contact Kristen, so we can advertise that on Facebook.
And when it comes to football season, you guys use Red Bud Field, correct, for football practice?
I believe the sixth grade used it last year. Normally I don't think anyone uses Red Bud, but Mangrum used it last year, I believe.
Do we have any rec team, not rec, I'm sorry, tournament teams that do tournaments that time, baseball, softball, or anything?
I believe there are.
Would they be willing to use that field?
Yes, we would make the baseball fields available for the tournament teams that play during the fall. My goal with this league is to eventually have a fall league too, for WEDA. But we have to build the spring league first.
Could we not have someone independent from both sides of this, do this scheduling stuff? Is that not possible?
that's what we had before, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what Beth was. She wasn't associated with either. Yeah, this pertains to you.
The reason why this isn't working is because we put rules into place, and I do my best to enforce them, but if I get a phone call, hey, this field isn't playable, what should I do? And I tell that coach to go to a different field that I know is open, and he doesn't go, then I can't enforce rules because they won't listen.
On this, if we do this, they will have to sign the league's coach's contract. If you,
Who's they?
I'm sorry,
Who's they? The tournament teams, the rec?
every team.
Okay.
If they're gonna practice on these fields, they're going to sign the league's contract. You fight with umpires, you do whatever, you cause issues down there. What do you have, James? 3 strike, you're out, or what do you have?
There's multiple disciplinary actions. Could be fired, or could be removed, could be fined. I don't remember exactly what it all had, but
This is where we're going to be able to keep this under control by letting them run it. You have to agree to their rules, sign their contract to practice on these fields.
I think the main issue is that, I don't know, you know, tournament teams wanting to practice and, you know.
Beth.
Them maybe feeling left out. I mean,
Beth,
I have been through this for all last season and the start of this season. Those phone calls come directly to my phone, directly to me. And if I say, hey, I'm not gonna say the name right now.
sure.
I can't help you right now, but I know that there's an open field, and if he doesn't go over there, there's nothing I can do about it. They're not listening.
you're getting a story from one side. There's a major issue here.
I'm not
Beth,
affiliated with
Beth
anyone. I don't
cannot,
have any kids. I don't have any affiliation with
we're just running in place here.
There's
This makes it
Just trying to
where,
understand the
where
big overall picture of this thing.
this big overall picture's been going on for a long time. And it's ridiculous that we're having to deal with this over Pee Wee baseball. I mean, it's crazy. But we've thrown everything we can throw at it. And it's unfortunate that now we're at the point to where we're gonna let the league run it instead of having Beth. But at the same point, I got a feeling that this is gonna work out very well. You go to any other sports complex around, their league runs it. There, you even have to pay for it.
Have you made this contract yet that everybody's gonna have to sign?
Your coach's contract.
I have the coach's application that they send, that they sign, that they fill out for football, which I use the same one for all the sports, and it has a code of conduct in it. It's basically the same thing, kind of code of conduct that the parents send.
There's one team that doesn't agree with this. I've talked to several other travel teams. They think this is the best route to go. They love it.
I was gonna say, I don't have a problem with, like I said, every one of them that I've talked to, this is what they do. You know, the only thing I had an issue or a concern with was just like, most of these towns that I'm talking about, they have an enclosed facility. Like they have a baseball park or a softball park, and they have gates that they can close and they can tell who can come in and out, you know, but we don't have that. And by being, and I don't know, Mr. Hicks, is there any way you can kind of reassure me as far as just the legal part of it? If they say, no, you can't be on this field, but they're like, hey, we're in a public park. I know when I ran in the league before, the umpire, at their discretion, if someone was acting up, they could kick them off.
Right now, I don't think you can do that.
Well, and they couldn't, they basically said I can't because it's a public park. So that comes back to this now. Like, if this happens, we have this agreement, it is not a closed area, and someone gets kicked off and they don't go, you call the police, they say, what can they say? If they arrest them and they don't have the grounds to arrest them, then they were in a lawsuit.
My understanding is, yes, you can't have them removed from the park, but if we lease the ball fields, they have to at least cross that road. Because if we're leasing the ball fields are no longer public. They're under lease.
So
So they would technically have to at least go across the road to the park.
And if this fails, we have a way to get out. I mean, 30-day notice, written letter, even if they want to get out of it.
Well, it's not even that, it's just the fact that, you know, it's the legality of it. Because even the ones I talked to, they can close the park, but there's still access for people to get in there. And they can, to a certain extent, they cannot tell them they can't be in the area. They can tell them they can't be on the field, but it's still, it's a gray area, so that's, because this, yes, this is something that I wish that was done 5 years ago, you know? But I want to make sure that we're not putting ourselves in a situation where we have, you know, it comes back on the city, because we're supposed to be stewards of our taxpayer dollars, and make sure we're not putting ourselves in legal, you know, we don't want to be going to court for something like this, so.
Is the public gonna get to speak on this?
Excuse me.
I'm asking a
Don't
question.
interrupt.
Is the public gonna get to?
Don't
speak?
interrupt. You're interrupting a meeting. Stop
I'm
it.
asking a question.
Ken, we have him removed. We have him removed.
No, he's not gonna let the public speak, 'cause when I
Stop.
comment card, he
That's enough.
No, it's not enough.
I just want
That's
to speak during the
enough.
public comments. That's all I want to do.
What do you want to do here? This is crazy.
I just want to speak during the public comments.
No, he's not gonna make it. No.
Is there,
You're refusing,
Guys,
hang on,
honestly,
you're refusing to let me speak
You're-
during public comments?
Quit interrupting the
You're
meeting.
refusing to let me speak during public comments. If you say yes, I'll sit down and shut up. I got my lawsuit if you say that. So are you restricting me or not?
We can't.
I'll shut up.
Move.
He said he would sit down and shut up.
I'm not talking to you, sir. So if you want
Are you
to
gonna let the
waste
public speak or
everybody's
not?
time in this
isn't wasting
meeting,
anybody's time. I'm gonna try to provide a little guidance on what you've got going on.
I'm not
You're opening up
interested
the
in
city
your
to a
guidance.
Massive lawsuit. You can't do what you're trying to do. You can't vote on this tonight. It's not on the agenda correctly. You got a lot of problems. If you'll give me my 5 minutes, I'll explain it.
no,
in
sir.
detail.
You're not a citizen of Wagner.
So you're refusing me because you don't want to hear what I have to say.
You're not a citizen of
Is that a
Wagner.
requirement to speak at this public meeting?
I have the right to not
You
allow
don't,
you.
because you're restricting my right and you gave him the right to speak. That's a violation of my First
He-
Amendment rights on the
he's,
basis of.
he's on the
Hey,
agenda.
that's fine. I'll sue you.
Okay.
That's fine.
Well,
I'm
you'll
happy
have to
to sue
hire
you.
a lawyer because you're
I'm happy to sue
disbarred.
you. No, I'm not. Thanks for libeling me.
Okay. So now, moving forward, entertain a motion?
So I got a question.
Yeah.
Say it's a holiday, family members come over, kids don't play baseball. Hey, let's run them down to the park. And they go down there and they run around the field and they get kicked off.
Get sued.
I don't, please quit interrupting the
No,
meeting.
Absolutely not.
Mr. North, the fields will still be open when we don't have teams practicing. It'll still be just like it is now. If they're not being used, the public can still go down there and play kickball, play their own little baseball games with their family.
Don't get a crick in your neck.
Oh, I won't.
I mean, it's still gonna be
Why don't
open
you
to
get on
the
why don't you
public,
get online and insult
either
some more
way.
people with mental illness?
as long as they're not being,
disabilities, sir?
utilized for any baseball or softball teams.
you
It's,
know, the only thing like I said earlier, the only thing that's pressing on here is the 501c3. I think that is for me, is the key to make everything else fall in line.
The contract's terrible.
the issue is, it's only on if it's scheduled or not. Or if, Shane, if it's not scheduled, that's not an issue. If they don't have the field, sir, that's enough. Be an adult.
I'm being an adult. You won't-
No, you're
you
not.
won't
We're
let the
having
public
a
speak at
council
public
meeting.
Be an elected official that.
Why
upholds
don't you
the
quit yelling in my councilman's
Be
ear?
Somebody that upholds the Constitution, sir.
I do.
Also letting this happen with you doing it without them censuring you is a disgrace.
Well-
They should censor you for your behavior, for how you.
Not as big of a disgrace as you
Sir,
are.
I'm not an elected official, am I?
I don't know. You're a disgrace wearing that hat.
Great, I'm absolutely a disgrace wearing this hat.
Yeah.
What are you even talking about? It's a.
So anyway, Shane, if they're not scheduled and the fields aren't closed for maintenance or weather relation, there's no issue with people being on the field.
It's not the contract.
So you don't know how long it's going to take for your 501c3. You don't know how long it's going to take for you to get that, to get it active.
No, we should be getting close to it. Like I said, it's been in the works for a while.
When does practice start?
It's already going. We're already having games. Have been for what? 6 weeks, a month? Entertain a motion.
Me, myself, I think we should table this to April the 14th until we kind of figure this out a little bit more.
What is it to figure out? We're going off of literally other people's contracts.
It's terrible.
There's one team that disagrees with it.
Let me speak for 5 minutes and I'll tell
There's
you all the
one
reasons why.
team that disagrees.
You have no requirement that the insurance company indemnify you. You're not required to be a named additional insured. Your insurance guy should know that. You're not a named additional insured in the contract. The contract has multiple problems.
Donations and sponsorships.
Get your lawyer involved. He didn't draft
There's
it.
nothing we can do here.
Have they sent it off yet?
No, like I said, we've had to start from scratch.
So if we tabled this, could you look at that and come back in the next meeting and give us an update?
That's only 1 week.
And that way tell
Well,
us,
Listen,
yes, it's been sent off. and
either way,
good
we're
to
gonna
go.
run the rec league. The
No,
kids
I
are gonna
get
get a
that.
play.
Right.
I mean, that's all that I care about. The kids playing, everyone following the rules.
Beth, how many teams practice on this field?
We all
How many
care-
teams?
We all care about the kids. We want the kids a place to play and all that.
Now with games
We just need to
going,
make
I
sure
would
it's
say
done right.
5
And
to
if we table this,
Including
maybe.
rec?
after the next
Well,
meeting,
they didn't
Or-
request fields for this week because of the
or
rain,
if
not
you
as
get it
many
done sooner
requests
than
as
where, we can call a special call meeting and say, hey,
At the
got it.
most,
You got another issue.
you know what I'm saying?
Beth's done. Beth's not doing the scheduling after tonight. She's done.
Unless, Kevin, if you wanna come hang out on a Friday afternoon and deal with all of the BS with me, you can.
No, I get you, guys. I mean,
I
you
mean,
know,
I
you
have
gotta.
2 jobs. I have 2
Oh, I get
full-time
it.
businesses to run that are, they don't have time for 3 hours on the phone on Friday afternoon.
There's one team that doesn't like it.
People would listen and just follow the rules, there would be no problem. Everyone sends in a request. I put it on the schedule. It takes me 10 minutes. 10 minutes, that's it. But then, when someone gets pissed off, then I'm on the phone for 3 hours, because I have to call this person, say, hey, you can't do that, you weren't supposed to do that, and then it's a circus. Because people are not following the rules. It's not hard. It's time.
So why can't we hear from the other side of this?
I talked to Wesley Call for 45 minutes
I'm not
last
talking
night.
about Wesley Call. Is he the one that's got the issues, I guess?
Yes.
Okay, so why can't
Yes.
we hear from the other side of this?
I spoke to him last night for 45 minutes. By the time we got off the phone, he was ready to give it a try. This is what. Why don't we just bulldoze the damn fields?
Or fix the contract.
Every team has wanted this. Look out there at those people tonight. They're all shaking their heads. They all want it. One team is against it. Be fair.
So I think that's what we're trying to do, is make sure it's.
We had the
fairly-
opportunity to have a sports complex at one time, but it got gunned down by previous administration.
You're right.
Exactly.
You
I
are
mean,
100%
we
correct.
got the land, let's do something with it and help these kids.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm trying to work on that myself.
I mean, I was in on it, but it got gunned down.
But
So we go out there
we're
and
getting
dig
out,
dirt on it,
we're,
dump stuff.
we're getting out in left field here, though. I understand we have the land for the sports complex. We're talking about doing this. Do we want to do it?
I want to do it, like I said, my only concern is the 501c3 having that established before.
Is that an issue, with them not being a 501(c)(3) yet? No, not one.
Well, I just know that every other entity that and even myself included, had to do that to establish that.
I'll tell you this, would it work for you this way if we did it this year this way? And then next year, when they're up for renegotiation on the contract, they don't have their 501(c)(3) then? We end it? I'm telling you, after tonight, we don't have anybody to schedule.
I'm just going off of my, I mean, I want it to happen, but I don't.
I mean, would that be fair? Do you believe you'll have it by January?
I better have it in the next 30 days, or I'm gonna get a different attorney.
Well, you said once you mail it off, you're good to go.
Once they
Once
send
they
it
mail it off, you're.
Like I said, the biggest holdup, the reason we ain't got it yet is because we had to start from
Right.
scratch.
Right.
Like, I didn't realize that the WIFA lost this back in 2017. Like I said, when I took over more than the sports league. I took over some headaches.
Sure, no, I get that.
And all I'm trying to do, and all we're trying to do at WFA is build the youth sports back up. Because there's no reason why Wagoner shouldn't have a rec league baseball team.
So you have this liability insurance just specifically for WRFA baseball, softball, and it's kind of the same one that I had before. Do you have one, I mean, because again, that's another thing, like it's March of 1 of 25, and then it goes to 7/1 of 25. And I know the contract says January 1 to December 31. So right now, when can you get this updated to show a year, so then we know that we're covered from today's date to the 31st, which will be the rest of this year, and then we know on January 1 that you'll have your another policy or the same policy but effective on January 1 and make it for the full year. 'Cause-
Well, I'll tell you what, when does it expire? July 31st?
No, was it
July 1st.
July 1st.
What if we ran this from
That's a
tonight
month
till
after the
July
season.
1st?
Well, yeah, I'm good with that.
That gives you time to get the insurance how you want it for a full year, and then gives you the time for a open records request, or, excuse me, a 501(c).
But how do we do that? How do we amend, because it's still a right now, it's
All you gotta do is make the motion for that. Be fine with that, James?
I'm fine with anything get the ball going.
What are we talking about?
Going from the now to July 1st, then we'll come back July 1st. He'll present the rest of the year's insurance. It's 501(c), or give us an update on that. That gets us through baseball season.
Would you be able to post the schedule would we be able to post the schedule? to-
Exact same way Beth does it. He's gonna take over all that.
I know that, but can we post the scheduling to the city's website? Is that possible? So these tournament
It's
teams
posted
for the
on a
public-
website already.
It is.
Yes. What, Beth explained that to you a while ago. You can even access it from the city website.
Okay.
Listen, guys, either way, I'm gonna be at the ball fields in the morning, raking, putting sand on it. I got a load of sand coming tomorrow. More money that the league's putting into it. Either way, I'm gonna be down there in the morning, getting the ball fields ready for games tomorrow night. It makes no difference to me. I just want the kids to succeed. I want the league to succeed. When my kid was younger, Wagoner had a bombing rec league. Tons of teams. And I want to see it back to that. And we had over 200 kids sign up this year for baseball and softball. And I believe this year is the first year in a long time that this town's even had a youth softball league.
Further discussion? Entertain a motion? What we doing?
Question, because I mean, obviously, there's hesitance on this or whatnot, and I have my reasons, and again, it all aligns with every other director that I've talked to, that's my concern on that. I don't know if we're going to get a motion if it is tabled. Will you still, I mean, I know, I see.
Who's gonna schedule?
Well, that's what I was getting at. So would you schedule until until we get it back on the, because I mean.
The league is the one that's putting all the money into these bills.
Yeah,
Patrick, you know who's ran this league.
Mhm.
When you ran the league, did you have a 501c?
It was actually, with the WIFA at the time.
So it ended with you?
Hmm?
So did this one end with you, or what?
No, it was a part of theirs, so, and then we, about a couple of years ago, trying to separate it, but it stayed, that's why you guys are back, it was still combined with it. And so, as far as I knew, it was already done, it was in effect. So, but I still had to get my own insurance.
I was too.
Yeah.
The contract is fixable, it's just in bad shape right now. But it is fixable, but it's
So-
in bad shape.
I don't know, I don't think you're gonna get a motion to approve it or deny, so.
I think Anthony was close.
I don't know. Yeah.
We're not gonna have anybody to schedule.
Well,
I don't believe James is gonna take it over. There's nothing going to change on this. The contract gives us a way out. It gives them a way out. It gives them a wa-
It violates the First Amendment.
it gives them the right to have somebody removed from the fields. I mean, there's several coaches here tonight, only one against it.
Haven't umpires removed people from fields in the past?
Right now, they can't though.
Well, they
By law, they cannot.
Have you guys been to any of the games so far?
Yeah,
I'm
actually.
sorry to say I have not.
And actually, I coach a softball team.
So you were here when there was a fight over on field 3 and 4.
I don't know,
You could have been here the night that one of the teams' coach got pretty antsy with the Blue, who is by all means a very young man. His life was threatened. Like, you enter this, like, he's giving you an out, he's giving you an option.
I totally understand. I've ran this league. I've ran the league before and did everything and established a lot of things, so definitely understand it.
Law enforcement can come and remove them from the fields, not the park, but the fields, which alleviates any of this nonsense from our youth having to witness this and bear the repercussions of it. Like, you're asking him to do something that you're not willing to approve him of doing.
I'm willing to approve it whenever I know that everything falls in line with the 501c3 as well as, okay, but we have it with us right, we have it right here. Basically telling me to do this without having the things that I know that every other director in this part of Oklahoma has the same concept in the same area. So As an insurance agent, that's not, because people, insurance, or car insurance, people get a policy. They pay the first month, not saying this is what's gonna happen, or it has never, has happened. They default when they don't pay their bill. They have a wreck. They have no coverage. They're liable, and then, so that's what I'm getting at, so.
It's in the
Well-
contract that he's required to have that.
But again, if it's, the only thing is, like I was saying right now, it's on 3/1 to 7/1. It is not a full year. There's still a chance.
Well, that's why I'm asking to go till we'd actually do it in June. We wouldn't even do it July 1 because our meeting wouldn't be, we'd have to do it before then. So you go from now to June.
Well, a lot of people, well, I understand it, but they still.
We could have what if that, when you were running it,
Mhm.
and said, what if you default?
Yeah.
You have no faith in the man that's doing all the work that you're no longer doing, the work that you quit doing.
I didn't say that I didn't have any faith in it, just the fact,
That's what you're showing me.
well, I mean,
As
that's,
a mother of children in these
so I have to separate liability and feelings, especially when it come down to, we're the tax stewards of taxpayer dollars. So I gotta make sure that we're doing right by this, because if we don't, and then it does lapse, guess who's gonna be at fault for it? The city, just like anything else. So that is my first main goal, is to make sure that we are being good stewards of our taxpayer dollars.
Well, if we,
Okay, so you're concerned
hold
about
on,
the insurance.
hold on,
Yeah,
hold
the
on.
insurance of 501c3, that's it. I
If-
told you, I would approve it right now if I had
Okay.
both those two
If-
things.
But that's a 30-day out. It ends on July.
Right.
If I don't have it renewed by June 1st, start your 30-day out paperwork.
So that's
And
what
it's-
I'm
and
talking
then I'm
about,
out
is
before
if we
it-
go
it
till
expires.
June, he's covered under that insurance.
Well, so that's my only concern. I'm not,
Hicks says the
That needs to-
501(c)(3) is not an issue for us.
So if he stops doing what he's doing right now and says, I'm done with it, is the city of Wagner gonna maintain and take care of said fields?
No, sir.
No, they're not. He's willing to do it out of the goodness of his heart without asking the city to afford him equipment or anything else to do it.
I did it for 4 years. I
Well,
did,
I'm not saying- I'm
I
not
had,
a police officer in this
ev-
town for 11 years. I know all about getting
but what I
sacrificed
guess
for
what I'm
the city.
getting at, I've actually put 30 hours a week when I had my own job and I was up there doing 30 hours a week by myself multiple times, putting in $3,000 to $4,000 of my own money to make sure those fields are done. So I know exactly what's going on here. But what I'm getting at, these are the two things I said that I wanted to make sure that this is right, and that's it. I'm separating the liability part from, I understand the hard work. I've done it. I've done it with, I've done it and people didn't like, they still complain. I understand
I
it.
get it.
I mean,
I get it.
I've done it in every sport.
I got a
From
question
football to
for you.
baseball to wrestling, everything else. I totally understand that. It's a thankless job. You get no thanks from anyone. But again, I still have to separate the liability part of it to make sure that the 501c3 is established and the liability insurance.
Hold on.
It started on,
Hold on, Patrick,
yes,
what is the huge issue with the 503(1)(c)?
because every director and entity that even myself included with a wrestling program, we have these things established that set the bar of who's governing us to make sure that, so again, to make sure that we're governed underneath, obviously, the municipality of City of Wagner. And so but that has to be established because the board, because we have to have a board. We have to have people put in place to make sure they vote whatever the rules. And then if there's an issue on the rules, then guess who they come to? They come to us. And then because now they're established. They are,
Here's my issue. We don't pass this tonight. Beth's the next thing on here. She doesn't. Somebody, hold on.
I'm only one person.
Exactly. Someone else plays on those fields next week when there's games scheduled. We can't do anything.
I'm only one
They
person,
can
so
literally
they can do
be
whatever
on
they
there
do. They can approve it or not
without the
approve it.
games. But I'm telling you folks right now that if we don't approve this, next item, Beth's done.
Again, I'm okay with it, but these things have to be set in place.
I just wish you'd look at it to the June meeting. Approve it until the June meeting. That goes,
Insurance is covered.
your insurance is covered till July 1.
Wagner isn't a named insured on that policy.
Yes, they are.
There's a certificate holder on there.
It's also not in the contract that they need to be. Fix the contract.
Do you got kids in this league?
I don't, but you
Then I
need to
don't
fix the
understand what
contract.
matters to you.
Because
At
it's
all.
the government's money. The government's gonna delegate First Amendment authority to somebody else. There's massive problems with that.
Dude, I'm a
They're gonna-
12-year
they're gonna
veteran.
put
I'm
another,
all about
I understand
First
that, but they're gonna put
Amendment,
another organization in charge who can participate, who can't participate. It's not appropriate.
Can we get this over with?
Yeah, someone make a motion and get it done.
League, I gave it everything I could. I guess we're not gonna make a motion. We're gonna take no action.
So
So,
with that being done, do I need
it's-
to start moving my games that are supposed to be played in Wagner, bringing people from out of town to Wagner? Do I need to start moving those to WEDA? Because we ain't gonna have.
I
a
would,
schedule?
because you're not guaranteed your fields now.
So now my teams ain't gonna have home games.
Yep.
I guess the main thing
That
on this,
works.
it was done like this, and just being honest, it was already done without this. What we've done, it was done like this before. Like, there was never really an issue. Games took precedence.
You know what the issue is? It's because I fired Sam and Wes Call for running the league. And the reason I done that, because when I took over WYFA, I had multiple phone calls begging WYFA to take it back over because of the way it was ringing. I had the president of Bank First tell me, you need to check this account. There are funds. You need to shut up.
Hey, hey.
That's how you're gonna run the league?
Oh, God. Damn.
Let's move on.
That is not slander.
Hey, hey. How many coaches in here tonight are for this?
There's no action. Let's move on. Yeah. There's no action. I mean, I'm for it. That's what you understand.
So-
I'm for it. You know,
If we're for this, what are we, let's run it till July, till June. Let's run it till the June meeting. We're literally gonna lose tax dollar revenue
What I'm
if he
asking
cancels
is
these
if you guys
games.
don't pass this, fine, I don't care. But this next agenda that's coming up, you better get someone to do the scheduling, or there will be no rec league in Webber.
You're gonna have to go a
There's
month,
nothing I can do about
at
it.
least a week.
There's already nothing else for kids in this town to do to begin with. They don't have skate parks, they don't have bowling alleys, they don't have movie theaters, they don't have jack nothing to do.
I mean, my phone blows up all day long. If any of you guys have any questions about anything, all you gotta do is ask me. No, I don't comment on the post on Facebook, because there's no use in getting in those arguments on Facebook. Because it's just a waste of time. You're always gonna have someone disagree with what you say.
All right, we've spent too much time on this. I'm gonna ask one more time. Anybody make a motion?
Your opinion? I'll make that motion.
Take a second.
Is it till July 1st or?
Larry made the second.
Can I speak to one of it? As far as the insurance goes, he must maintain the policy. If he has a policy now, June the 30th, if he doesn't get one on July the 1st, he'll be out of the contract. I mean, he'll be in violation of the contract.
Thank you.
So is the motion to July 1st?
Yes.
You write this contract, Ken?
We took
Is
from
it-
several different,
Has it been written though from an attorney? Is it?
yes.
Actually, it's Sand Springs contract.
So it's just a copy of the contract Sand Springs had?
Not to the T. No, we've added stuff that works for us.
It needs fixing badly. It can be fixed.
I have a motion in the second. Larry,
Who seconded it?
please call the roll.
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Would you be able to have the 501(c) stuff, paperwork by June 1st?
I'll do what I have to do to get it done. Even if I gotta get a different attorney's office.
If we don't have it by June 1st.
Take me out.
Well, the June meeting.
By the June meeting.
Can you amend that to state if the obviously the liability insurance and the 501(c)(3) is not established by the state, that it'll be, the contract would be null and void?
By July 1st?
No.
Or,
Hold on.
yeah,
I'll-
July 1st is what I'm hearing.
Well, we're gonna meet before that and go on it. It'll be June 2nd.
Is that, well, this is July.
Yeah, but that'll be our meeting. We won't be able to get to them July 1st.
Is there any way that we can amend that to June, you said June 2nd? That gives them two more months to try to get it done.
if you're good.
Could we just have a beginning and ending date to the contract?
We'll have, by then, we can figure out.
I mean,
meeting's on June 2nd.
Like
From today,
from today till June 30th.
2nd.
Right.
You don't want your contract to end on June 2nd.
Because the meeting,
But you don't want your contract to end on June 2nd.
well, it wouldn't matter because they're not doing sports then. Still, though, you don't want to.
I don't know.
I'm thinking about trying to do it, the beginning date and the ending date, whatever that is. Without any qualification.
June 3rd work, Rhonda?
It don't matter. I just wanna go.
June 2nd is that'll be the city council meeting.
You have no, of course it is. No, I know what you're saying on that, I didn't bring up that point, but I know that the other entities, like, which we're not them, but
Let's
they,
roll with it.
You said Riddle.
right, no, there's,
Okay.
there's,
He amended it to June 2nd.
yeah, I was gonna, yeah, that's fine, I was gonna say that the other entities that I know of, they actually pay up towards $30,000 and $40,000 a year, to.
Come on.
But I know we can't afford that.
Kevin. Let's go. So, have a yes from Butler?
Yes.
What is, exactly is the motion?
Till June 2nd. From today till June 2nd.
June 2nd.
And that's to have the insurance and potentially the 501(c)(3) established by.
Voting on this
The
was not on the
contract
agenda.
terminates on June the 2nd.
Contract terminates on June 2nd, that's what I'm after.
Voting on this was not on the meeting agenda. Just throwing that out there for an open meeting violation.
So this contract terminates on June 2nd, we revisit it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll vote yes.
She call you?
I did.
Huh? You
I
called
did.
her?
I did, yes.
I'll vote yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
North,
I support the kids, and the way I vote is the best of I know how to vote. But my question again is, you hollered a while ago, we're off in left field about sports complex. Let's not forget it for these kids. But anyway.
Working on
this use
that.
agreement, is it legal with our city attorney? I want to hear yes or no before I vote.
Yes.
Yes.
I vote yes. And it falls back on our attorney if it's not.
right.
I did it all for him. It is gonna be yes.
You voted yes, correct?
Yes, I mean, if all liability goes to our attorney.
Item number 10, consider adoption of a resolution terminating the position of Director of Athletic Fields or take other action.
Beth, you want to speak? I don't blame you.
Want to firstly say thank you for what you said.
I tried, but
Thank you.
there's people in this town.
Absolutely. Entertain a motion.
So many. Second.
Have a motion, second. Please call the roll.
Sampson,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Item number 11 is unscheduled public appearances.
There was one. Miss Janice Turney.
No, I passed. Oh, no, I don't know if I need that or not. My husband and I would like to thank you, Mr. Abernathy, for your services all the years we've been in this town. We appreciate you doing what you do, and we sorry to see you go.
Appreciate it.
That's it.
Item number 12 is departmental reports.
Let's see. Janie, you want to start us? Yes. I don't know. Is Jimmy Leopard out there? Okay, let him go first. Go ahead, Jimmy. Thanks, Lance.
Good evening, Mayor, councilors. You should have.
Is that mic on?
Just yours. Is that a little better?
Yeah, thank you.
Good evening. You have a report in your packet, so I'll just see if you have any questions about anything in there. If not, just a couple of things. I'm just going to mention briefly about some of our strategic plans. We are trying to get a couple of physicians in our community by summer. So we're in conversation with an infectious diseases specialist. Hopefully we'll start an infectious diseases clinic here soon. She specializes in hepatitis and HIV and some other chronic illnesses. And also we're in negotiations with a primary care physician to get another family practice in our community, hopefully by July. So the other thing would be just keeping an eye on the measles situation. I think we've got 10 confirmed cases in the state of Oklahoma, the last report that I saw. And all of those patients that were confirmed for the measles were either unvaccinated or they weren't sure of their vaccination status. So just a reminder to make sure all the young ones are getting the appropriate vaccines. It's a two-stage process. So that's the best way to keep measles from continuing to grow in our state. So with that, there's no questions? Yes, sir.
Didn't we have a neurologist come to the city?
Yes.
What will that doctor do?
His name is Dr. Belinga, Stephen Belinga, and he is from Fort Smith. He comes here one day a week, but he has a nurse practitioner that works in there with him, and she's there full-time. Her name is Mackenzie Ford. They're on the hospital campus there, Suite D, I believe. I would get the suites mixed up, so that may not be exactly right, but C or D, so. And thank you, Shane, for the kind words you said about the hospital at the podium, and Larry, thank you for your service to our city.
Appreciate you, Jimmy.
Okay, have a good evening.
Janie?
Council, in your packets, you received a copy of the library's newsletter for this month. I'll just hit on a couple things, and if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. Our ladies did attend the OLA conference, had a wonderful time, learned a lot of things, and brought back great ideals. We did get our filing on our E-rate. We're waiting to hear back on that. We filed for both Category 1 and Category 2. We hope all of you will come up. In your packets, you will see the summer reading calendars. That is, unless something changes. We did change our performer from the Civic Center during Summerfest simply because he is in a wheelchair and we worried about it. We did make contact with all of the daycares and several of the people that we know come during the summer, and we have made sure that they're aware that that will be going on, and we will still be out there for the movie. So
Do you have any questions? I'd be glad to answer them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thomas, you wanna do the street and the cemetery?
I don't have much to talk about on the street. It turned into stormwater instead of street. We've run into all kinds of obstacles, phone lines, power lines, gas lines. Some of them was live, some of them wasn't. The weather. Got 20 yards of concrete poured tomorrow, and if we could get the weather right within a week or week and a half, we should be to Cherokee. Still waiting on the contractor on the boxes to get the boxes done so we can open the street back up out here at church. I don't know how long that'll be. Cemetery, they've had 6 funerals this month. They started mowing, weed spraying, weed eating. That's about all I got. If you've got any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
I was gonna say, I wanna thank you for helping me out with that issue. There was a kid that's somewhat disabled in the face of the school was talking, a lady that drives a bus, there was a kid, anyway, the road was pretty bad, and so they went over there. I talked to him, and he actually went over there and got some gravel and actually smoothed it out a lot, because whenever the weather gets bad, then I mean, they were deep, I mean, craters probably big as this right here on the road, so they got over there literally within an hour of, me asking about it, and they took care of it. So tell your crew, thank you for that, and getting on that, so, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Kelly, you wanna go next?
We've just been answering calls. Finally had a quiet weekend, was kind of ready for that. A lot of our calls have been early in the morning, so a lot of mutual aid calls on fires and stuff. We're glad the wind's starting to die down, so we did send a crew out went out to Salisal. They fought some fire there, so I think Mary was one of them that went.
Stillwater. Yeah.
Yeah, they went to Stillwater. So.
Me and Jared Edwards went.
Yep. They went out there and fought some fires, so we're ready for it to start quieting it down a little bit, especially in the middle of the night. Y'all got any questions?
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good day. Thank you for your service.
Is Gary in there? Oh, there you are back there, Gary. I'm sorry.
Right, glad this is going good. Thank you, Larry. 6 years? Yeah, appreciate it. I work at the park, so let everybody know that I've been taking care of the park. But we do have some problems. But we've been maintaining the lawns, the water system, the pool, problems with it also. So we replaced the valve, placed a piece of the pipe that goes to the kiddie pool, replaced it. Also, we clean out the wells and also get it prepared and ready to go for the pool house. We power wash, but due to the weather, we have to back off just a little bit because the weather, we had to redo it all over again because we got to paint the pool this year. So it's a lot more work than it is. Other than that, we painted a few things here at City Hall. We been mowing parks and also picking up all the trash around town. That means all the parks here. So other than that, we replaced a section of the pool with this 8x8 from the water leak. So it's all repaired and ready to go. We just got to finish power washing the pool and get it set up, ready for paint.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Gary.
Thank you.
Jim, are you back there still?
Good evening, everyone. As usual, lately we've been very busy. On some of our report, I explained to you all that we're over 200 runs up from the same time last year. And we're doing well with our trucks. The shop's been doing well, keeping our trucks going. We're starting to get a few miles on them. Now, our fifth truck should be done this week, so we put it in service. they had a little bit of trouble with it, getting the old stripes off, they were having trouble with the glue, and didn't wanna come off. So that should be wrapped. We just finished all of our relicensing for our federal license. And then as soon as everyone gets their card in hand, we turn right around and go to our state. We have to have our new federal license, and the state has to have a copy of that. So we get all of our relicensing done, and then we're set for that until next March. We're gonna start all over again. I might be going to the Capitol tomorrow, and there's a new state bill that's going to affect EMS funding. Trying to find out if that's going to come up or not. Our new medical control center found an email on it. She's gonna let me know tomorrow, or this evening, if we need to show up. I already sent messages to, Mrs. McIntosh, the reporter, about how it would hurt EMS in that path, so. Other than that, if they don't have any questions.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Is there, who else is outside, Jim?
For the city, no one that I saw.
Okay. Go ahead, Rhonda.
Item number 13 is adjournment.
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned, 8:05. I'd like to call the Wagoner Public Works Authority regular business meeting, April 7th at 8:06.
Item number 1, consider approval of the minutes, March 3rd and 26th, 2025.
So made. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Abernathy. Higginbottom.
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Item number 2, consider approval or denial of claims for March 2025 to include WPWA to include numbers 151 through 170, which are manual warrants, and WPWA capital projects number 2.
I was going to ask about the 25-04189. Why is that 2.5 months telephone bill?
That was when we upgraded our internet to the fiber, and they did it on, like, finished it on February 12th, so they billed us from the 12th to the end of February, and then all of March.
Okay,
And
thank you.
it came on one bill.
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Anything else? Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve all claims.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Wright.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Item number 3, consider approval of resolution number 25-04, a resolution adopting amendments to the budget of the Wagoner Public Works Authority for the fiscal year ending 6/30/2025 to include supplemental appropriations available from revenue received from unanticipated resources and to reallocate funds or take other action.
Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Item number 4 is unscheduled public appearances.
There were none.
Item number 5 is departmental reports.
Is Eric out there still? Eric, it's good to see you.
It's good to be seen. And on a personal note, I just want to thank everybody for their thoughts and prayers and helping us out through that time. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And as far as the power is concerned, we've been battling quite a bit of wind, some storms we've had past several weeks, and we're a little bit behind on some of the stuff we've got, but we are running normal right now. We do have some soft spots out there. We're working on taking care of some of that now. Now, we are getting behind on some of our park projects, but we do have them in the works, and hopefully within the next week or two, we can start doing those projects. We've got several areas down Cherokee that we're addressing, as well as some stuff over on the southeast part of town. So, other than that, if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy.
I just want to thank you for getting those lights for those people. That lady on Southwest, as soon as you put it in, she messaged me, she's like, "Ooh, girl, I got lights." So I really appreciate that. And I think the MLK area, I think they're out of lights. I'm not for sure. The monument thing, I think, I drove by there, I think they have lights. Oh, yeah, and it's on Southwest 15th, you know those two hanging poles that you said are gonna take a lot of wind? Is there any kind of resolution just to put 2 new poles?
Yeah, what?
Whenever, yeah, just to satisfy people's mind.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're ugly.
Yeah, because it's just like any day they're gonna fall down.
Right. Like I say, you know, we're at limited personnel,
Mhm.
limited supplies, limited equipment, and it's tough going right
Yeah,
now, guys.
it
But
is.
we are doing all we can.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate you, Eric.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else out there, Eric? Yeah, no, I saw Brad. I was just making sure none out there. Brad, finish us up.
We've been real busy this month at the plant. We've been dealing with one issue. We got a couple of our aeration basin pumps down. We're awaiting parts, but unfortunately, it's going to be about a 5-week lead time to getting them. While we're waiting the parts, we're keeping a close eye on the sludge levels and aeration basins, keeping the plant running. Issue number 2 we had this month is the digester. The fins fell off from the motor, so we had to drain the digester. It got pretty smelly out there, but we got it fixed, got it going. I am happy to report that even with all the issues and major repairs the plant has dealt with, we're still able to meet the testing requirements, and we also submitted all our documentation to EQ and got approved for our 5-year discharge permit. Any questions?
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Brad. Thank you.
Item number 6 is adjournment.
So wait,
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
North. Abernathy. Wright.
yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned 8:11.
You like to see some, the homeless see some American Idol.
I don't know where